Hello and welcome to another episode of I Try to Do Something Cool with Cars and It Rains. I'm your host Ben, and I need a new content strategy for 2018 because I'm sick of all this rain bullshit. Today we are in Atlanta, Georgia area. We're going to be going up to Jasper, Georgia to visit my buddy Alan with BridgeMoto and check out his shop. Well, GPS says that we've arrived and there's two buildings. There's this one with all the normal people cars, and this one with the CRX 86 and MR2. So I'm gonna say it's the one on the left. Actually, I already know Alan's AE86, but I've not seen it in person. That looks sick. It's pretty much an unassuming shop front. However, the cars tell a story. So here we've got this awesome SW20 MR2 on some good Falcon. I think those are Zenny's tires. We got a sweet 86 with the hot version. This has a BEAMS motor, I believe, and then a CRX, which is just about gutted. All right, let's step inside and take a look. All right, so here we are at the interior of the shop. BridgeMoto focuses primarily on safety equipment for racers of all kinds. So here's a look at their different racing harnesses. I've got the black 5 points going in on my car over this off season, so I'm looking forward to having those installed. They come in all kinds of sweet colors, including this digital camo, which I almost bought instead of the black. They also make window netting, got a range of goodies. They make their own helmets. They have some harness covers, and they offer different visors for their helmets as well. I think these are sort of a really supple inner liner type of glove. They do shoes. And then they've got kind of the gloves that I run. Full racing suits, as you can see here. And different work coveralls. Recently Alan came back from Japan. He got to meet up with the guys at Matchless Crowd Racing, the other MCR. I always think of MCR Factory first because of my friendship with Yokoi-san. But he's got some cool stuff there from his last trip as well. What's up, Nate Hamilton? There's his design. And some of the BridgeMoto helmets. There's a carbon fiber one, which is pretty rad. Some balaclavas or the headscarves, whatever you call those things. An interesting thing about BridgeMoto is there's a shop in the back for friends and building a community, and basically being able to help people out that need help, as well as work on his personal projects. Other fun stuff over here. We've got a nice TV setup, some option videos, some games, all kinds of magazines, whether they're Japan finds or domestics. Here's even more. This is probably a Doriten.
Yo!
As I'm an idiot and I opened the wrong side, even though I used to live in Japan and should know better. Yep.
Perfect.
There's some carb tuning. That's pretty rad. Pinku Style Nobori. And then Wangan Midnight, along with a host of a couple of other games that are in storage back here. So that's just too cool. Here is the owner of BridgeMoto. This is Alan.
Hello.
How's it going, man? Good to
see you, Ben.
Good to see you again.
As always.
Tell us a little bit about the shop and what you got going on these days.
Yeah, so a lot of people know us, or will know us, from BridgeMoto International. So we're a worldwide safety equipment company that specializes in customized gear. But in the back half of our showroom, we have an actual shop, and we specialize in toge and track cars. So a lot of people may have seen like my Silvia in track, and Subaru and 86 and things of that nature. Okay. But while I'm not on track, I'm usually in the mountains if I'm not taking care of your orders. So we decided that we would start Toge Techniques, not to confuse anybody, and have BridgeMoto with car fixings and things of that nature and repair. Right. So yeah, Toge Techniques is we basically specialize on building cars for the mountain roads. So this E30 is going to be a Hillclimb build, excuse me.
Okay, let's go take a look at it.
Yeah, let's do it. So right now it's just a bare setup. The carbo is going to go away, but it will get a special build. I'm thinking a 2.3 liter EcoBoost and showing the potential with that motor.
Okay.
Since everything will be domestic.
Cool.
And I usually don't mess with too many domestic engines. With it being a BMW, I can free myself.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be Hillclimb and drift. So I have a dedicated drift car as well. The VR4, it's getting a. We just have the get track finished up, and it'll go in. It'll be a 6-speed get track with the Twin Turbo VR4 engine, 6G72 TT. This car is going to be streetable, but it's also going to be on track. So we'll show the potential of these cars on track, which no one has really done in the States. Silvia, a lot of people seen this car at Grid Life. We did run it for our first time in Grid Life. Ran into a couple bugs with the boost controller, but simple fixings. We're right now we're in the process of taking everything down, checking every single fitting, checking every single coupler, and make sure everything's competitive for next season.
Okay.
And so the engine is an RB30 with stroked out, so it's got a spool import 0.4 overboard stroker kit. So it's right now it is set up. It's running 3071 twin Garrett turbos. Okay. Full custom raw brokerage intake, exhaust plenum, and downpipes, as well as custom box. So behind it is a 6-speed Tremec Magnum, and other little goodies you'll see like GT cooling mods, fully built head, 272 cams in and out. Right now it's set up running about 800 wheel horsepower. This actual same design of block and stroke out kit, there's guys in Australia running them between 11 and 1400 horsepower for drag racing.
Oh, geez.
So basically I took the drag racing proven aspect and made it into a track car and adjusted the head completely different for tracking and the turbo setup. Most of those guys run big singles.
Right.
I wanted a twin turbo just to have a little better spool and response on the track.
Man, that's so awesome. And leave it to the guys in Australia, right? To
yeah, they know this.
Just go over the top.
Yeah, let them do the R&D, and
it's got this interesting oil cooling system that actually cools two cylinders at a time.
Yeah, so basically it's split between 2 cylinders at a time, where it's cooling between each two. Normally, this cooling path is singular. Okay. But now we're able to split in between, and usually you'll get a lot of heat soak in between the 5 and 6. And with this GT cooling mod, it helps cool that down properly in the rear. So, and with this system and the added lines in the reservoir, you're adding basically an extra 2 to 2.5 quarts of fluid to the engine. Okay. So that helps with cooling capacity and things of that nature. Yeah. Actually, even running this at the track like 10 to 11 laps in Gingerman Raceway, I haven't seen over 220.
So that's great.
T7 2P, which is basically your 2-piece special size for just this car work wheels, Brembo brakes, DBA rotors, and Carbotech pads.
Good old Bridgestones, everybody loves those.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with them. It's a staggered setup, obviously. In the back, we're running 285s. Front, we're running 255s.
Sweet. Tell us about what's inside.
So inside, we specialize in custom seats with BridgeMoto. So you'll see a prime example of our full leather scuba model seats. We name all our seats after tracks in Japan. So with our 2 to 3 Hans applicable harnesses. Also, you'll see an old school Fittipaldi Brazilian wheel, autometer stack cluster, and custom BridgeMoto gauges in there. The seats are carbon fiber. They will only weigh 11 pounds each, and then if you get into velour material, it's only 9 pounds. It's a half cage setup. Okay. It is fully tagged, as you'll see on the back. I drive this on the street in the mountains. Yeah. People usually get out of the way.
I bet so. I bet this is a handful.
Full titanium exhaust, SPL bushings and whatnot throughout.
Awesome. And then you've got this GC8 back here.
So I got a half cut, and I used the full setup, the subframe, the spindles, everything, the LSD rear end, everything down to even the 4-pot calipers. I swapped over. So you'll see in here all the original STI badging from the strut bar to the intercooler to everything down to the radiator cap. That's legitimate GC8, and everything underneath is a legitimate GC8, even the drive shaft. the cooling box is actually inside of the fender.
Oh, okay.
Versus the American one is attached to a radiator. So I even went down to the intricacies of swapping that stuff. And it's got a full exhaust and a full custom header underneath. So right now this is probably making 300 to the crank. It was my daily, and so I started working on it. I have the 8.6 now with a beam swap that I daily. So it'll go back to being my daily, and then I'll be able to do the aesthetics that I want to do for my 8.6.
SSRs, right?
Yeah, so it's on old school SSR long champs, which people love those.
Yeah, those look so good.
FD brakes on it, Mazda FD brakes. And so we did a beam swap, and it was original GT-S took a crap. So I redid the interior, I rewrapped the dash, I redid the door panels. It's been raining. Obviously I daily it, my wallet's still in it. But yeah, it's a good car. This is a BEAMS 2.0, dash rated. Makes about 210 at the crank. So it's hella fun. We did the Koyo rad on it. Little stuff. We did the C32. Cylinder, full grading Type RS rollovers.
Okay.
Little stuff. Other than that, it's bone stock, you know. But it makes plenty of power for this little car.
Oh yeah. I had the 4AGZE in mine with the supercharger.
Yeah, that's a nice setup.
Responsive. Oh, that sounds so good. Yes.
Yeah, so these come from the factory. I don't know if you know, they come from the factory with titanium valves.
I did not know that.
11.5 to 1 compression.
Wow.
So it'll spin up close to $8 grand.
I bet my buddy Grant would know that. Shout out to Grant over in Tokyo.
My name is Grant, and whether you can still get Ben to actually admit it or not, I am the original second member of Kame.
Yep. Oh, that's sweet. Thanks for popping the hood on this.
Hey, no problem.
Well, that's the look at BridgeMoto, so thanks for coming along, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it,
Hey,
man.
not a problem. Thank you for coming
Yeah,
by.
thanks. That concludes our tour of the BridgeMoto shop, meeting Alan and checking out some of the cars that he's been working on lately. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and also leave a comment and let me know what your favorite car was or what you thought of the place. He's a really cool dude, and it's really great that he let me take the time to come by, so shout out to Alan. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Also, leave a comment if you want me to come back to BridgeMoto and see if, when we have dry weather, we can actually arrange for a toge run, and he can scare the crap out of me. So, if that's something you'd like to see, then give this video some love, share it out, and thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace.